Welcome to LS Confessions, where the sheets talk and the streets whisper.
So, welcome back to LS Confessions, the place where the sheets talk and the streets whisper. I'm your host, Just Jay, and I came with the real ones tonight. Y'all know style. Free's in the building. Memphis brought that southern grown man energy, and y'all already know Keke always got a little scandal in her smile. But hold up. We got a new flavor joining the table. Y'all say hello to Delilah. You know what I mean? Delilah. I didn't say delicious. Delilah. Don't be fooled by the sweet name, y'all. She got opinions that'll bite. Delilah, say what's up to the people.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
Hey love. Why should
Hey,
it be
girl.
delicious and I'm scandalous?
Deliciously scandalous. I'll
Because
take
we
two
go
of
good
those.
together. You know?
Thank
Yes.
you. Good comeback. I'm trying to understand.
Yeah.
We go
You said,
good together.
I already
Yeah,
ordered
so-
two.
I like you. I love you already. Welcome, my love.
Cheers.
So y'all know what time it is. You feel the love right here. But streets are loud out here, y'all. I hear the streets are talking. So let me read the room. What are the LS streets saying out here? Who wants to go first?
Okay, so there's been a new thing going on with couples that are having parties where it's only couples allowed. There's no bulls, there's no unicorns, it's straight couples, and they're swapping couples. So it's vetted, and everybody in there has to be swapping couples. And from the look of it, they were some very attractive people. So it looks like everybody was height, weight, proportionate, because I was in a business, okay? And it's like it looked like if anybody swapped in that group that I was looking in, it would be equal. It wouldn't be nobody taking nothing from the team because everybody in that group was attracted. So it looked like some intentional couples that got together and say, hey, we're going to intentionally find people that my wife would want, my husband would want, and everybody in the room look good, because they do. I'm just being, from my opinion. Right, baby, you seen them. There were some good looking people. I'm about to slide. I look token on in it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. And I'm digging it.
That's interesting. That's interesting because I saw that there was a you still a little muffled there, style. I saw that there was somebody that posted on Facebook and they were saying that people should be a little more forthcoming with who's on their flyer. Like the flyer models don't look like the people that at the party. You know what I mean? And they were saying like they weren't trying to shame anybody. They were just like, you know.
But check it for years. The clubs did that. You know, the people been doing that though. Y'all know it's just part of the. I'm not saying I agree with it, but y'all know y'all remember going back, all kind of stuff. Flyers come out for a club. They say a celebrity would be there, and they wouldn't even be there.
They do, but I'm saying it's the lifestyle. We body positive over here. So if we have a lifestyle group that is all A cups, then please just put A cups on the flyer. That's all I'm saying. That way, if I got a D cup problem, I don't go down there causing no issues for nobody. That's all I'm saying. Does that seem fair?
Right.
Okay, very much.
I think that's more than fair, for real, because when you go places, you want to know what to expect when you get there. I mean, you don't want to go to, a steakhouse and have, a Big Mac. You know what I'm saying? And again, I don't think it has anything to do with body shaming. It just has to do with taste. You know what I'm saying? So that makes a huge difference, especially in a setting like that. You're supposed to turn me on. So
that is the hope that would happen. But sometimes it's a hit and miss situation. Because beauty's in the eye of the beholder, it's kind of hard to put boundaries around that thing. Because what I maybe think is beautiful, you may not think that. And then there's some people that absolutely are chubby chasers. They love plus size anything. So I think if people were transparent, they would attract the crowd they want anyway, because then a person know what's coming. So it's variety here. But yeah, it's some BBW. So just go ahead and put it all out there so I know, because I've been to parties and listen.
It's unspeakable. Memphis, what are the LS streets saying where you at?
Man, it kind of piggyback off of style Freeze, but mine is more so if you for a couple, you're like, what's the line if your significant other is more active in the lifestyle than they are at home with you?
Then that's a problem. That's a problem. That's why people are unhappy.
Well, not even more active, has more energy. So say
like
you and your partner, y'all went to a LS event. It's attractive people there, like y'all just said. Y'all loving it here. Now you walk into the room and now your partner's in there, like say he never get up and lick your pussy. But now you see him, he like,
He's serving everybody in the party.
We don't have those type of problems though, so I can't even relate.
But I'm just giving, I'm just giving a little light example. You know what I mean? But I'm saying like, if you just see your partner doing more than
than usual.
you might be saying, damn, you're kind of lazy right here with me.
Well, also,
But
that can be a self-reflective thing. So are you doing something to make your partner excited? People get lazy. So if you're not fucking me back after so long, it's like a routine at this point because there's no variety. So, of course, I got something new. She fucking me back or vice versa. A person going to be excited because some people's sex has got mundane in relationships. It's the same shit. So it's just human nature to me. But if I'm getting my own nut, I can't be worried about, I have to worry about me.
I think it's funny because I think at that point, people, I mean, jealousy is natural, right? It's a natural reaction. Emotions aren't good or bad. It's what you do with them. So that being said, there's that. But I think people get wrapped up in like that my person's getting something that I wasn't getting. Sorry about that. Or, this person's showing out or whatever, but you brought the person to the space for them to have the opportunity to experience or present something they hadn't done in that way before.
And even
that's
that,
why they in the space.
Tastefully and respectfully, though. I think it comes when people start being disrespectful with it and tacky with it. Even in that situation, you still can communicate with your partner and move with respect and tastefully. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not what you do, it's how you do it.
So when you leave the event, like you go, your partner enjoys themselves naturally, but then they come back home and they give you the same energy.
Well, that sounds like a you problem. Then their issues are far deeper than the sex. Then it's other things they need to work on. It has nothing to do with sex. It's already another type of disconnect.
That was my streets' talking point.
Yeah,
that's what the streets.
It's already a disconnect at that point.
So Keke's saying the
lifestyle
streets
should be adding to your sexual, enhancing your lifestyle with your partner, not looking as an alternative or a back. No, this should.
Some people may look at it though as a lifestyle, as an opportunity to let loose and do some wild things. It's like I'm with you and we're making love. We may have an intimate connection, but when we go to this party, it's like I'm trying to get into some wicked stuff. You know what I mean? It's another side of me that I'm going to unleash at this party. And, if we're not set up like that at home, or we maybe have kids at home, or it could be other things at home, but I just can't get wicked like that. You know what I mean? I can't go in. I think it should be some self-evaluations. People should start like maybe going to hotels with their partner and stuff like that, giving them the space to let loose one-on-one, because you take it to that atmosphere, they're gonna go crazy, because it's their opportunity, it's the time. So you gotta schedule that one-on-one time for them to go crazy with you outside the house.
Yeah.
That'd be my advice.
I gotta definitely agree with Keke on that because there's a lot more that's wrong if after you leave you're not still getting the same energy. Sex is not,
to me, it should be more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, because and I'm also talking here, and I haven't done this, right? So just for the record.
But we know you want to do it. You're you're transitioning.
Give me your number.
That's a great place to start. Should jump you right in.
No, but seriously, think about it. I don't think it's not only when you go to parties like that, right? It's like any situation can bring a different side of a person. But that's the thing. You go together as a couple and then you might experience things that you didn't think you would like. Then you like it. And then now when you go home, in my mind, I'm thinking this is part 2. This is the best part, the sequel. You know what I'm saying? Right. So now we're going to start doing even more. Because we learned something new. Right. I didn't even know you like that. Now I do. Let's go.
Me and my husband, our sex is always better after a good time. I'm like that. I saw you. We get off on sex talk, so it go down after we come back from doing what we do. That's some of the best sex listen. But maybe we just freaked out, baby. I don't know. But it's just something about, for me, I got to remind him who that dick belongs to. I'm going to put this pussy on him. And,
All right, let me pull us back out of Keke pussy.
I'm saying you should, that's how it should be celebrated, though. You know what I'm saying? That's how it should be celebrated. Like, it should be good, and come back and everything just be good.
For sure. So, all right. So, when I was listening to the LS Streets, I did hear that thing about the parties not matching up to reality. I, of course, have been hearing people's reactions to the whole Diddy thing and whether or not, the lifestyle of catching strays and that reaction. We did a couple of talks about that. Like, and I heard somebody say if they fly somebody to Atlanta, right, and the person put it down and then they break off a little money, right? For the gas or food or whatever. Is that a vacation or is that like indictment time? You know what I mean? Is it like, have we gotten to that point now? Is it okay if you don't have an LLC? I mean, you really? Okay, all right. So,
Doesn't it
who was
operate
the
for free?
Elliot Spitzer? Wasn't he like the guy in New York? He was like a DA or something way back. He was like a real starchy, clean guy. Y'all might not know about him. He did the same thing Diddy did, and he was a district attorney, and
Can
he
you
didn't get all the
elaborate? What
smoke
exactly did
Diddy
he
got.
do? Did he?
He hired prostitutes, and he brought them in from other places, and he didn't get all that smoke.
Well, was he this or this?
He was.
Okay, well then
There's
that
your
had
answer.
that had answered half our question right there.
All right, well,
Keke, we proved your point last week. I don't know why you making that statement, pussy ain't free again. We already proved that point.
Okay, my bad. It's in my nature. Sorry, Memphis. It's in my nature. I'm pro pussy. You know what I'm saying?
all right, here's another post. Let me take it from a different direction. This other post said, "Are you bringing LS parties back to LA?" And it said, "But peep the flyer." The flyer says, "No spectators, no judges, no pennies required." So tell me, is that a safe space or is that like a bold brothel? Are flyers like this, are they selling pleasure or are they like putting people in the pressure position? Because I've seen other flyers. The last one I'm going to tell y'all about, and then we're going to open it up.
If a gun ain't to your head, it's not no pressure. You could always say no and not go.
So if a flyer say mandatory dress down at 8 p.m.
That mean if I don't want to dress down at 8 o'clock, I have no business going there. Thank you
What
for being
time-
honest and transparent.
Leave at 7:59.
Leave,
What
but
if
why
it's-
even go? Why?
What
What's
if
the
it
point of
sta-
going?
What if it started at 7:30?
Then that's, I mean, it's not. Is it logical for me to spend $50 to $100 to go somewhere for 30 minutes? So I know I'm gonna take my clothes off. At that point, you deserve to get them people your donation to them people. If you going and you know you don't take your clothes off, and they already told you up front. I respect parties like that.
Okay.
What I don't like is after you go to these parties and they advertise them, the false advertisement after the party. And I'm just gonna throw my 2 cents in there. So with the promoters and stuff that throw these parties.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have like afterwards, they'll be like, this party was amazing. There's a lot of people. And if you were there, you're like, well, were we at the same party? Then you look, if you really look at the picture, you'll see that they took pictures from all kind of events and put them together and make it look like it was one event. And it wasn't, to get people to try to buy into their future events. And to me, that's a false advertisement as well. So, you know,
don't presidents do that with the inaugurations sometimes recently?
I think everybody do that. But when you start messing with my dollars in line, it's just like, but I guess you have to do that to keep your party going. But I think that's whack to do that.
So you saying sometimes the angles, the promoters know their angles,
right? Or they multiply the same picture and you blow that bitch up like it's 4 of the same hoes in this picture. What what are we doing here?
I mean, I think it's part of marketing, though. I think it's part of marketing, though, because it's not just those parties. I think that's everything, right? Everybody does that. That's just a part of marketing, like the afterwards. My thing is
delicious. I just don't like it. I'm offended because I paid my money and I was there, and I'm looking like, bitch.
No, I hear you.
That's just me. That's just me.
But I think what's more important is what's before, right? Like, to your point, if they say mandatory dress down at a certain time, and I think I mentioned this to Jay before, it's like, okay, so with me coming, that means I just consented to that. That means I'm going to do it, right? But consent is continuous. That means when I get there, and for whatever reasons, I don't feel comfortable, whether it's me, it's you, it doesn't freaking matter why, but I'm taking my consent back. I don't want to dress, and then I fucking leave. You see what I'm saying? So there shouldn't be a like, well, you here now, you have to. So it's like, yes.
Then that would be forced.
Exactly.
But people go to parties and be like, they want me to dress down at 8 p.m. Well, I'm not doing it. And people are like, well, you need to leave. And then the person's offended because the people ask you to leave. Well, ma'am, I told you, or sir, before you got here at 8 o'clock, we finna get naked. Now people are like, well, I paid my money. Well, I already told you. So it's two sides to that coin. And people try to play victim like, now they want everybody to dress down at 8 o'clock. And I wasn't really ready to do that. But they told you that. And then you can leave. You don't want to do it, but to stay and change the vibe of the party where you want to keep your clothes on and everybody else is naked, that throw people off.
Now, I do think if you don't want to be naked, you should leave. The old song, like, if you don't want to party, then you should go home. You know, 6ix9ine Boys said it must be true. But I think that, so let me pivot. Let me pivot from that to say, do you think this has always been a problem in the lifestyle? Is it like, I don't know if this is a conversation that I heard a lot 5-10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So these questions that we're having swirling, and even before the whole Diddy thing, these questions that we have swirling about consent and, you know, what's appropriate and what's pressure and the quality of the people or the quality of the experiences or whether or not the marketing matches the experience.
You weren't gonna hear about it, Jay, because it was more discreet 5 to 10 years ago. It
Yeah,
wasn't
it's
so
more hush
mainstream
hush.
now.
Exactly.
So you weren't gonna hear about it. People were actually vetting. It was a behind the scene. It was like a privilege to be a part of this lifestyle. Like you earned your spot to be in it.
And it's like a
So
business now too. So
now,
that's the
yeah.
other
So
thing. It's a
That's
business.
what
Like
I was
hustle.
even
saying.
with the marketing, it's in business terms. The marketing and the people you invite, they're not even vetting anymore. They're just trying to get the numbers a lot of
And
times.
I think that's where the issues are now starting because, to your point, it used to be discreet. So it was truly people who were in the lifestyle, knew the rules and all that stuff. Now, not only is it becoming more open, but now it's becoming a fad. You see what I'm saying? So
Literally.
like people who really don't have no business being in it now, everybody just wants to do it. So now it's like, okay, now you got to vet even more and stuff like that. All that matters. You didn't have to worry about that back in the day because if somebody was in it back in the day, they were in it. Nowadays, it's like everybody trying to explore.
It's kind of water.
That
It's
part,
kind of.
right?
Do y'all think it mean it's kind of watered?
That's
Are you
all
saying
right.
basically? Do you guys think that it's watered down now for the
Yes.
veterans
Mem- uh,
like Jay and
I want to
Memphis?
ask Memphis. I know Memphis was always be saying how he used to be back in the day.
Yeah, he's a real veteran. I
I'm
salute.
not
I thank
no
him for his
damn.
service.
I ain't
Memphis, you
grandfathered
was
in
slanging that
now,
dick.
but
Now he
it
OG.
is. I mean, it does. Like y'all, I mean, y'all already said it. It does feel a little watered down, but I mean, I think that's just technology. It's just more people are
That's a
prone to
valid
tell their
point. That's a good
stories.
point.
Most people post stuff. You post a little thing saying, "Look at this party I'm at, and I'm half naked." Naturally, somebody gonna say, "Where you at?" If you tell one person, you done told 5.
10.
So yeah. So in one post touching 100 people. So I mean, I just think it's just I don't even think you can get back to like an exclusive version unless you just literally sending out private invites to like I just text each one of y'all individually say my house tomorrow.
So basically, hand vet your own party people. Basically, what you're saying, Memphis, like hand select.
Yeah, because if you
So you
online
gotta create your own environment, basically.
I'll
Well,
send
I
you my
noticed
number.
in that.
Baby, I'm waiting.
So we're gonna all exchange numbers after this. And I'm just playing. So is it that in your scenario, Memphis, you said I call some people I know, tell them come through. Like I've had people come through, Airbnbs or houses that I have occupied or whatever.
We miss those days. Come home.
But I didn't charge them, right?
Right.
Now, and there's very many reasons that we haven't charged for that. But I'll say all that to say, how much is the money part affecting that, do you think? Is the money part the secret culprit? Because in your scenario, Memphis, you didn't mention charging anybody. You're just calling your folks, telling you throwing some food down, doing whatever. Hey, y'all come through.
Memphis, was you charging for that dick? We don't know, Jay. We got to ask them. Memphis, was you charging for that dick? You can tell us this is a safe space.
Listen, I'm not an attorney, but I don't think you should answer that.
I don't charge anything because then I'll be a prostitute.
Good answer. I'm not an attorney, but good answer.
But like the events I went to, some was just like you say, like Jay got a crib, like he'll invite us over, but like y'all said, we knew like at a certain time, like everybody to dress down, we ain't pay. It was food,
because it was
drink.
energy, frequency. It was your basically that was your tribe, basically. We are
your tribe has a vibe.
They were, but then I've been to events where they be like donation only. You know what I mean? So you come to the door, you just have to donate. Like some might be like whatever you donate. Some was like $80 donation because they can't charge you. So back then, I guess they couldn't charge you.
So they was calling a donation.
Yeah,
right. They still do that now. That's
Go ahead, Delilah.
Now. Do they still say donation now?
Yeah, old school people that still hosting them.
Okay,
they still.
That's how you can tell the difference, huh? You can tell.
That's how you can tell a lot of things about these people. The new bucks
say like admission or tickets or whatever, and then old school people be like donation.
I get an invite, they be like, "Oh, shoot us, your Cash App is gonna be $100 or something." I be like, "Oh, can you charge me for this?"
Wait, so I have a question for everyone. So like the example you just made, Jay, like, you just have a party and people come in and, you just have a good time, you go with the energy. Now, considering that y'all have been to parties that, weren't that great, and then a person like Jay where you're like, oh yeah, this shit is about to go down, right? Would you be more open to actually paying more, right? So like the quality of it, knowing what you're going to be expecting, would you be more willing to give a larger donation because when you get there, you're going to get what was promised? Or
Absolutely.
is that a thing where it's like, nah, I'm not I'm not doing that.
It's absolutely, it's like paying. If I'll pay more to see Chris Brown as opposed to Bryson Tiller or Tory Lane. When I already know quality, we know Chris Brown finna perform. We know what Chris finna do. We know. So I'm gonna pay that money. Tory Lane's a hit and miss. He might be in jail. I don't know. It's a
But
but if I
also,
know that for sure,
She
I'm
lost
gonna
me at
pay
hit
it.
and miss.
Well,
so
hit and
look,
miss can come in all kind of scenarios, but when you got that for show, it's like when somebody got some good, you gonna drive with. I know I'm not gonna trade my for show for some more. Well, a smart person wouldn't. I mean,
but
some
look, so I think that people personally think that way. They would go for what was offering more, but I don't think there's a set standard because as it
not
is right
anymore.
now, you'll go to a nice party and you'll go to a crappy party and they charging the same amount, maybe even more at the lesser party, And so there's no set standard right now for either one to even judge it to be like this experience should cost this much and this experience should be this much. It's not set out there. It's all the same kind of like $80 for a couple, maybe 50 at the lowest, but it's no difference in
What's
the
kind
quality.
So, welcome back to LS Confessions, the place where the sheets talk and the streets whisper. I'm your host, Just Jay, and I came with the real ones tonight. Y'all know style. Free's in the building. Memphis brought that southern grown man energy, and y'all already know Keke always got a little scandal in her smile. But hold up. We got a new flavor joining the table. Y'all say hello to Delilah. You know what I mean? Delilah. I didn't say delicious. Delilah. Don't be fooled by the sweet name, y'all. She got opinions that'll bite. Delilah, say what's up to the people.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
Hey, love. Why she
Hey,
need to be
girl.
delicious and I'm
Hey.
scandalous?
Deliciously scandalous. I'll
Because
take
we
two
go
of
good
those.
together.
Thank
Yes.
you.
So I think that people personally think that way. They would go for what was offering more, but I don't think there's a set standard because as it
Not
is right
anymore.
now, you'll go to a nice party and you'll go to a crappy party and they charging the same amount, maybe even more at the lesser party, And so there's no set standard right now for either one to even judge it to be like this experience should cost this much and this experience should be this much. It's not set out there. It's all the same kind of like $80 for a couple, maybe 50 at the lowest, but it's no difference in the
But it's
quality,
kind of
no
like
set
trial and
difference.
error now. So for me, it's trial and error. Once I go and you show me
Hmm.
off, like that pool party we went to a couple of times ago, 1,000 mosquito bites later, I'm not going back there. I'm not going. I don't care what you
Most
say you've changed. I'm not doing it.
No, but
most
that's why it
parties.
depends on. Oh, sorry, go
No,
ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I said, but that's why it depends on the person. Like if you know the organizer, right? Like the Chris Brown example. If I know it's Jay, I'm like, I'm about to pay. Or if it's just a random party, organizer that I've never been to, I'm like, okay, I might not be willing to pay that
Well,
much
you
because
know
I
what?
don't know what to expect.
Speaking of, we have an example. We actually went to an event this past weekend that we paid for based off the name, and we had good experiences with it before, but we felt like it didn't quite meet the standard as it did in previous years. But it was still lit though. But I think a lot of people that paid off the name and paid off of past experiences, and they thought it was going to be everything. So that does
Of
happen.
course we did. It was my birthday weekend. The event we went to before with this, it was so motherfucking awesome. I said, I don't want to go out of town for this weekend. I want to go to this event because I know that I know. And we still had a good time. I mean, my baby got the juice, but it wasn't the same experience. The person set the bar so high from the last experience. It was like without a shadow of doubt. And people have one off. So I get that. 'Cause anybody can have a bad one off moment for when the price has doubled. So once you come back this year and the price is double, I said, okay, well, this got to top last year because the price has doubled. So I'm going to expect more because we're paying double, right? So for the price to double, but the experience to go, it got to make sense.
Yeah.
See, I'm not like an
Jay, you're
aggressive go
muted.
to the party kind of guy. So anything that's if somebody say pull up, like Jay say pull up, we just kicking it, and it's a dope ass party with beautiful people. I'm going to kick it with Jay because even if I pay my money, I'ma still get in there and sit in the corner. You know what I mean? Like I'm not
Incognito.
about to be walking around saying, "Damn, you look good. Damn, look at me with my pants down." Like somebody got to come and they got to catch me over there sitting. So I'm going to Jake crib and I'm chilling.
They're
At least
gonna have
I'm
a
I'll send
having
him
a
over
good
there.
conversation.
Yeah, I'm not playing with you. I know
I'll
I'm
be, yo, have you met Memphis? I mean, I believe in putting people together, making introductions. That's all. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So
It's a
let me
beautiful
ask you a
thing.
question here, because Keke, you mentioned like the price can double. right? And Memphis, you said like sometimes, of course, not just because it may not cost, but just because you can trust what the vibe is, you may choose a place and price has nothing to do with it.
I'm trying to enjoy myself.
Yeah.
I'm about to be incognito roulette because I'm not doing it. I'm finna be, if it ain't what I know, I'm not spending my money on it.
I'm gonna have to put that on a t-shirt.
You damn near have to pay Keke Khalees for my appearance because I know I'm gonna perform. I know what I'm gonna do. So
if they pay you, though, you go to jail. Wouldn't you go to jail though?
Oh, I can't say that. I'm sorry. They can donate to me. Jay, you know what? You're gonna be our attorney. I love how you look out for me, boo.
I'm always looking out for y'all. That's why we
they
doing
can
this
donate
episode
to
right
me.
Now. So y'all cash out her now, and saying she don't owe you nothing, but if she bless you later on, you just believe it's the universe bringing it around. Go on, cash out her that birthday blessing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I love the way my guys take care of me. Y'all listen to Just Jay. You heard what he said.
All right, so I be wilding. Don't listen to me. This is for entertainment purposes only. So, all right. So here's a question, because I said, is it about the amount? Maybe it's not about the amount, but is it about what you're using the money for? For instance, if you're using the money to pay your bills, okay, are you community building? Are you like draining the community? Is this a party or is this a hustle? Because when I first started this conversation, the way it came up in my mind was, have play parties become like prostitution pop-ups?
Hell no, they're not fucking like that no more. They come. That's a hustle. They getting anybody in that bitch gonna pay and send that cash app.
I didn't say high quality
money.
I didn't say high quality.
I'm saying ain't no fucking going on like to be a prostitute anything.
Okay.
At this point, but I can't say. Like a couple of years ago, you go in that bitch and you, even if you didn't know, it's like, why is there 30 men here and only 10 women? It's not even enough holes for all these dingalings. And you say, okay, well, something else got to be going on. Why? Anyway, that's too deep. Let's go. Move on. But yes, it's
some
definitely
people
for the
like
money.
their parties like that. Some people like their parties.
So you can respect the vibe. So I got there. My husband would be like, okay, this is not the vibe for us because we sleep with women. I love women. So us going to a party with 40 dicks and 10 pussies, I'm not going to go behind that. So that part don't work for us. We can leave, right? But if I only spend like $30 or $40 as opposed to going to a party and I spend $300, that hit different.
I get that, because 4-1, if it's not a gangbang, does present some questions. So okay, yeah, all right. I'm a math teacher. I got to do the math. So anyway, I can't help myself.
But Just Jay, did you know that at the time there was a thing? There was like a scandal in the Dallas LS to where
they were prostituting women for real.
They were prostituting women for real.
And they didn't know that they didn't know.
I think a dude went to jail for it too. I think a dude went to jail for it, man. And him in it.
Baby, you're not supposed to say the area. Why did you tell him that Dallas? You're not supposed to say they supposed to be discreet.
Okay,
well, it happens. It does happen out there.
Place that rhymes with Dallas. That's all I will say.
Yeah.
All right. So we go. All right. So apparently that can't happen in places. So publicly, it can't get switched up. People can be giving away your consent, and you did not know that. Mm-hmm. It's always. I think the thing to remember is there's never a moment in your life, I think, where you cannot say no. Now, you may say no with some consequences, but you can always say no. You dig what I'm saying?
Unless you're going to go to jail.
No, but no.
It's a consequence.
You can still.
We said with the consequence. Y'all right.
Yes,
you're right.
Still
you might
right.
get your ass beat down. They're going to still, you're right.
But nobody can take, unless they can silence your voice, nobody can take your right to say no. So no matter how many times you've said yes, you can say no. You know what I mean? That's the reason why at the wedding ceremony, they give the people up there a chance to say no. They give the people in the audience a chance to say no. You understand what I'm saying? The option to stop and say, I want to course correct is always there. So whatever play party you go to, I want to say that. Now, that being said, let me start here. Personally,
can no be watered down? How deep can you get, Jay? No, it's watered down. It's
what
no
do you
solid
mean?
Across the board all the time. Like if you're at a play party, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you got to meet this lady's going down, whatever. And then she leads you all the way to the bedroom, all the way, and you almost penetrating her, and she say no, right? Is that considered a watered down no? Is that person should still be held accountable for putting herself in that or him in that situation all the way to that point? Like, how do you guys view those type of situations?
Oh no, that's a hard no. It's such a hard no. It's a buzzkill. She ain't got to worry about if we right. Thank you. She ain't got to worry about me pressing up on her no more. Because I'm gonna be looking like, did I get in a pool or something? Did it get cold up in here?
Right.
Wait.
So that's where Diddy fucked up at because
Yeah,
he didn't believe a no is a no.
No's are not turn-ons.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? They not.
We're not talking about like drugs and intoxication levels and stuff at this point.
Right.
Like 5 days, they just going hard. I don't know. If I've been in the zone for 3 days and you say no and I'm tweaking, I don't know.
I love your transparency. Memphis, I love your transparency. Because I know that
he did say if you're tweaking. You know what I mean?
Right.
What are you saying right now? I just left from right there. Like everybody's doing it. You know what I mean?
All right, so let's talk about the elephant in the room then. Can you give consent how do you measure consent if a person is not completely sober? Is it just a judgment call? Is there a line?
But they're accountable for themselves though. Why would you let yourself get so intoxicated where you're not
you gotta be
conscious of your decisions?
Girl, what's the girl name? Carisha, is that her name? The Carisha girl, the girl that say the one that said no, it wasn't her. It was Corinne. She said she can't remember
the dick sucker.
Yeah, she said she couldn't remember if Diddy touched her. She can't remember having sex with Diddy because she was around him and she don't remember some stuff when she was around him. It might have happened, and now she want to look into it. So I'm saying
it might have happened.
That's crazy.
If you can't remember, how can you look into something you can't remember? Make it make sense.
That's crazy.
So my point is, there's any kind of look, this is deuces, right? If there's any kind of intoxication, can you count on that person's recollection being accurate?
No, and it should be. You can't count on it.
I had an experience with somebody that was intoxicated, which I'm not gonna say because I'm still traumatized by it. I don't even talk to people who drink gin. Like if you drink gin,
I know who you talking about too, and I ain't gonna put no name on it. I know who you talking about too.
Well, no, this is an old experience.
It's an old experience.
Because I thought the other person on gin too, so there was normal behavior. There was normal behavior.
I don't know what she's talking about.
I met
my bad, y'all. That's too much.
I don't know shit.
The lady was drinking gin out of a gallon jug with a straw.
Oh, you should have ran in.
Right? I ain't know. So like she was all drunk and stuff. She stood up. She was falling, y'all. She was falling. Like she was like, ooh, fell, grabbed my shit to catch her balance. You know what I mean?
And what she do with it when she grabbed it? Was it strong enough to hold her?
He still got it.
But
I mean, clearly. Come on, Keke. What are you doing here?
Okay, let me catch up.
So I didn't think that she was like in the right frame of mind to even be in that situation. But like y'all saying, like you want to believe that people can hold their liquor because they drinking it. And so like,
it depends on the person. When I get drunk, that's all I want to grab is a dick.
But I feel like the women that I've known in my past or something, just like personal stuff. Like if they know they out with a dude that's going to like take care of them and get them home, like they don't stop at a point. They don't stop at a safe level because they going to make it home.
Because they feel safe.
Yeah. Like, but
should it be up to the host? I mean, should the host like be watching and scheming, trying to see if somebody?
No, it was just me and the couple. So I was
just getting juicier and juicier. Memphis getting better and better. Continue the story.
And so like I left, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, this is not okay, bro. You know what I mean? Like, what if my stuff would have came off? You know what I mean?
No, I definitely think it's a gray area when, unless, you know that everything is cool. It's hard when the person's intoxicated, but what if both of you are intoxicated, right?
Right.
Now, again, I'll always say no means no means no.
That's a good point.
It doesn't matter how far you got. It don't matter. Once the word no, okay, everything is a done deal, right? But, again, if everyone is intoxicated, right?
I can think your nose playing.
I'm just saying, it gets like really, so yes, going back to what Keke said, you have to know yourself, right? You're putting yourself in these situations.
Okay.
And this is not victim shaming or nothing like that, but you have to be aware of where you're going and what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because it ain't easy out here in these streets.
Just Jay, I like Delicious. I want her to come back again and again and again. I like her.
Thank you. I like it too.
She makes me happy.
Hey Jay, man, it's gonna come down to like us having breathalyzers and contracts before you walk into the playroom.
Yes, you gotta put your thumbprint on there and consent.
Sign this, and let's go.
Yes.
Listen,
no phones allowed.
NDAs.
Have a little app
here.
You can pick what you're into. Pull my hair.
Like,
no. Yes.
Maybe we can put it on the app though. A LS app. No, I'm just saying though, when you put it up
Okay.
and they touch it and they agree and you have it on your app, it may even take a face picture of them as they.
I'm gonna get us back to this conversation. All right. So all right, so here's where I'm going next. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask you guys if you think you need for in a, like a crazy suggestion or way to put this is, do you think you need to get your partner's permission to wake them up with head? Is it assault? If you see your partner laying there all good in the morning or at night, whenever they
I
have to
never
be
need
laying there
permission to
looking
a
all
dick
good.
that I didn't sign a dollar line on. That's my dick. I'm gonna get that dick whenever I want it. That's my dick.
Period.
Okay.
But
it's mine. I'm married to it. I'm married it.
She married to it.
And if it ever was a problem, then we gotta
Permission is
reevaluate some
crazy.
shit.
But not permission. That's a crazy word. I
was waking like, excuse me, husband, excuse me.
Okay,
that's what I was gonna say. It's all sexy right now. It's sexy right now. I'm imagining my wife waking me up. It's sexy, right? But when you flip it and the dude's like, I ain't gotta ask you.
But it's all about energy. So in that point, it's different. It's all about energy and intention. If a motherfucker on top of me, like we just had a whole bar line, you trying to take something from me aggressively, then it's already differently. Yeah. But I don't suck dick when I'm mad, so he ain't got to worry about that. Facts. But it's all about intention.
It is.
At that point, it is rape. Your wife or husband can rape you. It's all about intent.
It's about intention.
If I wake up,
so don't yell at me and try to suck some dick.
I'm gonna
eat that. Be nice.
It depends on the situation. Because sometimes y'all like that little rat.
No, I gotta agree with Memphis. Don't yell at me and then try to suck it. I'm not gonna want to do it.
If she can yell while she's sucking your dick, how big is your dick? Because I can't yell if I'm sucking the dick.
We said no yelling before. We don't worry about yelling before.
That's don't piss me off and be mad at me.
I don't mad, so I can't relate.
Afterwards,
what woman sucks dick when she mad?
It could happen. It happened when I was like,
y'all know what in my 20s. Is they're mad, as them yelling, the woman ain't mad, but they mad, and now you want to come suck dick. I'm like,
my husband not turning on get his dick sucked for no reason. He don't give a fuck. The world can falling from the sky, and you say he don't suck his dick. He don't give a fuck, mad or not, angry or not. That's the dog work.
No. He'll let you do it, but then later on he'll be like, I'm still mad at you.
No, I
can't say that.
We still have to talk about it.
I ain't never let that happen. Anything he's saying, pick up my wallet, baby. What you want?
Right. If you suck my dick, then I'm gonna be like, if I come back later, you go, you still on that?
Right.
Never had it happen.
Why you bringing up old stuff?
Why you bringing up old stuff?
I sucked the problems away. Say I never had it happen. Ooh. He no longer remembers.
Yeah.
So in the lifestyle, how do you navigate spontaneity and consent then? If you're at a party and the person is sexy, or they hot or whatever, and you ready to like whatever, how do you make that transition between we just talking and now we acting?
But it should become
is it the same thing like in regular life? I mean, is it really that different when you're at a party? It's the same thing. When you meet a person, it's the energy, it's the whatever. And again, no means no. So I mean, that's your cue right there. Same way it's like you're on a date. Oh, that is the same thing like in a party.
But sometimes it doesn't get to no means no. I was aware. I am aware of a party that was had. So I'm not even say who threw it. I knew the person, none of that. But this guy goes up to this woman and he says, I heard you like to be choked.
And start choking her.
Yeah. He put his hand up on her neck.
Oh, Jay. I'm fucking with you tonight on that one because I know about that. Oh, I'm so messy right now, but yeah.
You are messy. But anyway.
That was some crazy shit.
My point here is, excuse me, is there a line? Shouldn't there be a line?
That's on that individual. Because
in his mind, though, he's seen it going another way. In his brain, he's seen that happen another way. He thought it was going to be arousing. It was going to turn her on. In his mind.
Also, you didn't get consent. But you still have to have consent, though. Bottom line, to touch anybody. If it's not your wife or somebody that know you like that, you fuck with like that, you should have consent. Bottom line, and also,
I agree.
Something dramatic as choking, depending on where my mind at or which version of Keke's present, that could be triggering for a woman. That can be a valet, depending on where a person is in that particular time.
Yes.
And I don't know you like that.
Because you know what? Even when it comes down to dominance and subs, you don't even just go touch somebody else's sub like that. You know what I mean? And a lot of subs, they real particular and they only want to be touched by their dominant. You know what I mean? So that is an out of line play for real.
I got a quick question. Keke, you said you would pay more for a Chris Brown concert, right?
Yeah.
So if you was at a party, and Chris Brown came up and was like, I heard you like to be choked.
Choke me, daddy.
Lean into it, Key. Lean into it, girl. Lean
So
in.
she just
Choke me,
proved my
daddy.
point of
Absolutely. And I
that
gave consent.
guy who walked up and did the choking.
He
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 thought he
just
was
could have
Chris
didn't
asked
Brown.
that.
desirable
You
to
could
the
listen,
person who he
but
did it to.
but
He
Chris
thought
Brown
he was
also
Chris
still
Brown,
asked for
though.
consent.
Because
He
he
also
thought he
asked
was
consent. I heard
cooler.
you like to be choked, and I said yes, I do. Choke me, daddy. I just gave consent.
That is consent.
Exactly. It's a
That is
big
consent.
difference. Yeah, it's a big difference. You
But
can't just
but
you
even
can't
if
do no
Chris,
shit like that. I mean,
but
you
even if
can't
Chris
Chris
Brown
Brown
can't
walked up to
apparently.
me and just if Chris Brown walked up to me and just choked me, I'm gonna punch him in his fucking face. So, sir, what are you doing? I don't know what's going on here because it depends on the intent. Then he came up to me like, "Damn, I heard you like to get choked. Choke me, daddy." If he just walked up to me and choked me, I don't know what he could.
Obviously,
How
no, he got
you
to
know what
say
I'm
the
no
saying?
phrase. The
segue, no
phrase.
nothing. Like
Nah,
turn
if
me
he said
on.
the
Let
same
me
way.
get ready first. I wasn't
No,
ready.
but if
Like,
Chris Brown, if he
I
walked up
might
to
not
you
be
and whispered in your
attracted to
ear,
you. Sorry.
The clothes coming off.
like Chris Brown, like if Chris Brown,
Hell
what about
yeah.
you, D? If Chris Brown walked up to you and just whispered in your ear, I heard you like to be choked, and then started choking you, what would be your
Well, not
reaction?
only Chris Brown. I mean, if I really like him, I mean, we can do. Let's
As soon as he
go.
said, "I heard
As
you like
long
to
as
be
you ask
choked,"
me
I'm gonna
first,
say,
we're
"Choke me, daddy."
good. Yes,
I'm getting consent automatically. No disrespect to you,
indeed.
baby,
Basically,
because
you
I
just
Right.
love
have
Okay,
you.
to.
So
so
I think
so
Kiki
maybe
went
this, Jay.
right in, and Delilah said, "If she's sure it's Chris Brown." Was that your answer? I'm just.
She
I'm just
said
trying
No,
to
if
make
I
she
sure I
It
said
got
it
it
gotta
liked
doesn't
be,
right.
only
him.
have to be Chris Brown.
but he
If
still
I'm
Okay.
asked for
attracted
consent.
to you, know what I'm
She
saying? If you're
so
doing the and you come and you ask me, I like, yes,
Good
go
thing
Let
you
me
ahead,
answered
write
it.
this
proceed.
down,
Right
girl. Let
there,
me write this
right
shit
there.
down.
Girl.
I'm
Just Jay.
level 2, not 3.
Y'all
Level
better like
2.
and
And you
subscribe.
better
Let me
get
see.
consent first, Kiki.
I know, baby. Listen, I know how to ask for consent, and normally I only got to ask. 'Cause it's just given to me. I got the juice, baby.
Okay.
I think the dude
Yeah.
that got in
Memphis, don't
trouble.
get me started.
I think he wasn't peeping the non-verbal consent. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of dudes don't be on that. When you at a party, to answer your question, you got to be on those non-verbal cues to know when to approach that lady to be like, "Hey, you want to go to the playroom?" You got to, because if she's not giving you no play, then no. But if you could, like
And why
she
you
said,
ignoring
if
like
he
you don't,
liked
no
me,
person don't like you?
yeah, you got. I mean, you can know. I feel like some dudes that know. I could tell, like, oh, she feeling me. I could go over there and talk to her, maybe even touch her, just by our small interactions. We probably haven't even just said much to each other. Sometimes you can tell on that, or you can tell how she's looking at you. You know,
Right.
because
Because
Delilah,
at the
how would
end
a
of the
dude
day,
know
you're
that you
not
like that?
attracted to everybody there.
And just because
Going
I'm at
back
that
to the
party,
taste
don't mean
thing,
you. Just because I'm in an environment, don't mean you obligate. You're guaranteeing access to me. That doesn't mean that. Because we're in the same space and we both freaky. Don't mean I want to freak you.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody crosses the lines, like I heard you like to be choked, guy, or anybody else, right? What should host?
Look,
Right.
because
Because
Delilah,
at the
how would
end
a
of the
dude
day,
know
you're
that you
not
like that?
attracted to everybody there.
And just because
Going
I'm at
back
that
to the
party,
taste
don't
thing,
mean you. Just because I'm in an environment, don't mean you obligate. You're guaranteeing access to me. That doesn't mean that. Because we're in the same space and we both freaky. Don't mean I want to freak you.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody crosses the lines, like I heard you like to be choked, guy, or anybody else, right? What should hosts be held accountable for? Is the host responsible for that person?
Absolutely.
Are they responsible because it happened? Are they responsible to how they respond after
How they
you tell them it?
respond. Because how they
Or
going to know what a
The
person
host
don't
is
do?
only responsible for the response.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, they cannot be
Okay.
held responsible for what the person did. But afterwards, how did you handle it? Did you put them on fucking check? Was he kicked out? Did you make sure? Because a lot of people share vetting lists. You know what I'm saying? Did you make sure that you
And
shared that to let them know, like, yeah, this is what he did. Yeah, all that matters.
response and expectations before you come to the party. Like expectations should be set, and there should
Especially
be
with your partner.
Well, yes, but
You guys
if
see
you're a
my good
host,
wood?
if
Very nice.
a good wood,
Hey,
We still
so like
shopping
there
the
should be like an
jingle, but
expectation for like if I go to this party, like these are things I can and can't do, and
yeah.
there should be like a response.
I like
And
it like that, though. I like
so for me as
transparency
a
like
person
that.
who's attending, you know what I mean? For us attending, because that's how I mean, like if I bring my girl, that's how she might feel safe at the party or something, knowing that like, hey, it's consequences for like harassment or it's consequences for like out of line behavior, people being too drunk or something. Because it makes you not want to pay your money or come back when you know, like, damn, John gonna be there again, drunk as hell again.
Because it's no longer a safe space. Once something's not safe for me, or I feel violated any type of way, I'm not going back. Once it's no longer, especially in an intimate environment like that, anywhere I'm having sex, it's still a part of intimacy for me. And if I don't feel safe, my pussy don't get wet in unsafe spaces. So if I want to be somewhere partying and I'm a person I control themselves and I got to be on guard, I'm about to call 911 or my husband to get into it with somebody because we're not safe, then that's not the place for me to be in.
And that's the key, because it's already a sensitive space. I mean, we always want to feel safe no matter where we are, but specifically in a situation like that, if you're not feeling safe, to your point, you can't relax. Everything just
right. You hear me? Clink, clink.
It's like safety is what matters, man.
So if there's like there was a party that, and it's one of the reasons we actually ended up starting this podcast, starting this venture, was because this party was so crazy. There was a party where there was an altercation between one of the quote unquote co-host and their partner or whatever, and they got loud with each other, threw the whole vibe of the party off. Okay, of course, and then it just really went left. Have you ever been to a party where something went left? And if it did, how were they able to reestablish the energy, or did it just kill the party? You know what I mean? When those flare-ups happen, when somebody gets...
Everything was going vibe, and one person threw it. Energy is real. Energy is so real, and it's transferable. And one bad apple can rot the whole situation.
I think it was
a great bounce back.
Yeah,
it was a great bounce back.
They kept the energy going. I think there's a situation like that when your host goes through and start talking to people individually, like checking on everybody, like, "Hey, you still good?" They gotta just reset the energy. You know what I mean?
And also the people that can see it, and some people be so oblivious. How you been to a party and after people like, "Did you see them getting?" You be like, "I didn't see anything."
Just because they did a good job
having a good time.
Yeah, or the host did a good job of containing the situation to where it just didn't spread and mess up everything. They kept it contained.
Yeah, and that was a great night for us.
I'm hearing the host has a lot of control in like that, establishing that sense of safety, and if it's broken by some kind of BS, reestablishing it and setting the atmosphere.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
I've seen situations where they didn't, and it just ruined the whole party. And now we just sit here like, we paid for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wasn't here for free. Are we going to continue? We still got time. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing now?
That happens when if the host don't have authority and already have respect. That's when it happens. When people having parties and stuff, and you can tell when somebody has authority. That's where men are women. So I think that some people that host these parties don't have the caliber, the intelligence to be able to command control, because that comes with respect and a certain type of caliber to be able to mandate those type of situations. Everybody's not cut to do certain things. They might attempt to do it.
What about the people who say, "I'm just a grown person providing a safe space for other grown people"?
Because you charged us $80 a couple,
right?
$100 $800. Yeah, you responsible for all of this.
That just means you're a fool. Because at the end of the day, I feel like if you're a host, you cannot even really partake. Because if you're a host, you need to have your head on the swivel.
That is such a valid part.
You need
Delilah,
to be
I'm glad
going
you said
around,
that.
making sure everybody's fine, making sure the homeboy who's like, "I heard you like to get choked," you need to be right there like, "No, I'm going to need you to back up." Exactly. As a host, you're hosting. You're not all in it, period. Because
that's a good point. We've met hosts like that, right, baby?
Yeah.
With the ladies hosting a party, and we were talking to her. She's like, "I'm sorry, I don't play at my parties, but I'll call you tomorrow." And she stood on that. She did not.
Because you gotta pay attention. Because I mean, let's call it what it is. When you're partaking, like if you're having a good time, you ain't paying attention what's going on. But it's your responsibility as the host. So you either hosting or you're partaking. But you can't do both, unless it's like a small group of friends. That's a whole different thing. We're talking about actual parties. You're a host. Period. Point blank.
Okay, I got a question now. I'm going to circle back now to our original premise for the conversation, which was, are we in the clear with parties? Are all these people throwing these parties and promotions or whatever in the groups, are they in the clear, or are we like treading very dangerous waters in terms of like what may be legal, what may be, and even if it like could be legit, can it be twisted like the Mann Act was, so somebody can wrap you up real quick and say you into something bad, even if you're not into something bad, if y'all understand?
I think any situation can be twisted, but I think these parties not going to stop, because as much as people talk about all the negativity in the lifestyle, there's also a whole nother, the dualities of the lifestyle, the freedom. There's people that's doing this shit right, and they're enjoying and loving themselves, their spouse, their partner. They're doing it the right way, and they're enjoying their lives. So it's two sides of it. So we always talk about that side of it, but what about the amazing side where we went to parties where everything in that motherfucker was absolutely magnificent? There's parties like that still exist.
Yeah, well, I can say that, especially people who are not in it, right? So like me still kind of learning the ins and outs and understanding everything. First of all, there's a very big misconception, right? It's like if you're poly, if you're in the lifestyle, it's all about orgies. That's all it's about.
You freaked
right?
out.
Yeah, that's totally wrong. That's not true. There's a lot of people who are living the lifestyle and don't hot party to party. It's like a preference, right? But those are things that you first hear when you're not in it. It's like, yeah, if you want to be in the lifestyle, you got to have an orgy every weekend. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. No, I'm not doing that.
Sounds like a freak off.
I'm like, oh, that's a lot of work.
There's a lot of work. You have to stay
That's what I'm
hydrated.
saying. All that matters. It's about, learning all these different things and understanding what means what, understanding that everyone has a completely different preference. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying coming in and looking around that I think first and foremost, people need to get a clearer idea of what this even means. You know what I mean? Because
it can all be so beautiful. I think I love the lifestyle. I couldn't see myself being in a regular. I probably could if I just wanted to just be in a box like that, but I don't think me and my husband could ever go back to just being a regular. Well, our relationship didn't start off regular, so I couldn't see myself ever just being in a monogamous, just not suppressing my sexuality or any of those type of things. I love the lifestyle. I love the freedom of it. I love when it's done right and with the proper people and the right vibe and things like that. But hands down, I won't go back to being monogamous.
All right, let me ask you, Keke, just for, and everyone actually, for purposes for everybody who's listening, in your own definition, what would you say what it means to you? What does it mean when Keke says, I'm in a lifestyle? What does that mean for you? How does it look for you?
For me, it means that I get the best of both worlds because I like the best of both worlds. It means freedom for me. It means expression for me. It means that it also shows that me and my husband have a partnership and I'm not limited. I'm not suppressed to being with a man because I'm a bisexual woman. So if I was just with a woman, I probably wouldn't be happy. And if I was just with a man, I wouldn't be happy because I like them both. And so the lifestyle allows me to have that. And my partner's not limited either because I can be free with my sexuality. And also my husband can love me and also not feel like he's limiting himself. We get to have the best of both worlds and still love each other and have a partnership. And this is my home. That's my home frequency is him. But he understands that I love pussy and he don't have one. So we got to do something about that.
He can go find one though, right?
And we found the perfect place where it works. It works for us. So I can get the best of both worlds. And also my partner get to allow his wife to be free and he gets to have an amazing time as well. But it all started from him not suppressing my sexuality. Okay.
What about everybody else?
Well,
they like that other pussy.
That's basically what I'm on. It allowed me to be free and come to the realization because, the way I came up and how I was with a lot of women in different times in my life, I felt like that was a major issue. And it always felt like something that was wrong or maybe wrong with me, But then when I got to a point where I was researching and trying to see just other ways to live, other type of ideas, other ways of thinking, I came across, the quote unquote lifestyle and other people that thought differently. That was okay with, you know, sharing themselves sexually with other people, but then still being able to have a relationship and emotional connection with somebody. Because I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be a player. I don't want a lot of people. I don't want to be just going to different women and trying to maintain different women.
Because
I
that's
ain't want to do none of
costly.
that. Yeah, that's a lot. You know what I mean? I want one woman, but then at the same time, I understand, what else is inside of me and what else I crave and what else I like sexually. And I don't want that to be a wrong thing or a taboo thing. So I just want to be honest with that. I feel like I want to be honest with that woman and find someone that I can share their experience with together, and that's, I was led to my wife and it was a beautiful thing. I was like, yeah, we can do this all day long, every day. She accept me, I accept her, and we move together and we put each other first. And I think that's the key to it all for me. That's our lifestyle. It's not different it's different from what I grew up with. No one else in my family's doing it. No one that I went to church with, yeah, is doing it. My family looked at me like I
They
was
doing it, they
crazy
just
at
don't know
first.
they doing it. It's because a lot of
But,
people are in their
right.
lifestyle and they don't know they're in their lifestyle. Their
A
partners in
lot
their
of my
lifestyle, they just
family
don't know it.
thought I was wild when I
I hope
did
that
it, and
counts.
now it's a lot of people in my family are lifestyle. They've got out of their marriages, they've chosen different things, and they
You
free.
inspired them, baby. We inspired them. You can be loved and be a lover and a freak.
Go
I
ahead,
just let
Memphis.
Style Free go because his lady had went. So I ain't want to be all Ha ha ha. You know what I mean?
You ain't want to get in the middle of all
That's
that.
a team. You know what I
You
mean?
got, you can hop in the middle though, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's all love, bro. It's all love.
That's
The lifestyle would have been, so I would say it's like twofold for me, right? Because, I used to be outside as a bull. And so back then, like, I'm real goal oriented. So the lifestyle, back then, you wouldn't even call me saying I was part of the lifestyle. It was more so I just connected with people who was interested in me, but allowed me to stay on my current trajectory. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm doing my school or whatever, like I wasn't pulled away from it. I was still able to do my school, but then meet up with like-minded couples or whatever.
Have you been married before, Memphis?
Yes, many moons ago. Yeah.
I'm in your business.
you just all right out of the blue. Hitman was talking about something. He was
I'm just
bursting
saying,
with
he's
his
painting a
life.
picture. He's painting a picture, and I want to understand what he's saying. Like, was he doing this while he had that partner? I want to make sure I'm understanding the full picture.
Nah,
Very
It was
interesting.
like post-marriage. So like that's when I discovered it. But back then it was just more like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed connecting with like-minded people because the people I would say, I guess, lifestyle is like you could have like straight conversations with them. It's like, hey, I'm not really trying to do too much. You know what I mean? I'm free on these days. You know what I mean? It's like hard conversation, straight to the point. You with it, you not. You know what I mean? But now as a couple, I'm really listening to y'all. You know what I mean? I'm trying to navigate how to do it as a couple, success, because, I'm used to going in as a single man. And so now I'm trying to like figure out how to go in, as a couple and navigate these situations. So I'm learning right now. You know what I mean? I want to learn the side as well. So
it was hard for me at first.
Went
from being a unicorn to getting in a relationship, because I was a unicorn first, because I was with my husband and his girlfriend first. I was a unicorn, and coming into a relationship, it's different for me. It was different. It was, oh my God, I don't know about this.
Yeah, because you got to scale everything back and reframe it.
And a different perspective, but it was a hard transition for me before I kind of figured out and kind of got it and understood it. But because based on your mindset too, like yeah, it's different.
So I think the lifestyle to me is everything that vanilla is not. So in other words, I look at vanilla as being this very rigid, very regimented kind of way of loving and living and sharing intimacy.
Okay, when you say vanilla, are you talking about monogamy?
I mean monogamy.
Okay.
Yeah, monogamy. Yeah, and all of its different Pokemon evolutionary forms. Whether that be monogamous sexual relationships or just monogamy in terms of marriage or just whatever. So I've always felt like relationships. I've always felt like the human experience was far too big to only depend on one other person. And I've also felt like there were so many other great connections you could have simultaneously with people, and I experienced that moved me outside of vanilla, just off GP, because I couldn't really, there wasn't any place to express that. Even if I wasn't going to express it sexually, there wasn't any way to express that in a traditional monogamous setup. The relationships just aren't geared for you to have other relationships that matter, particularly if they're of the opposite sex, or other relationships that are very, very comfortable. You can't have anything that looks like it might even be close to on par with you
for the rest of your life. Oh my God.
So, so that's what it did for me. Now, am I lifestyle? I don't think I
you what?
Or maybe I'm because I think I'm
to yourself,
because
Jay.
no, listen, because I think I'm poly, right? And we got some people coming on next week. We got some poly people coming next week. Okay.
But poly is lifestyle. It's all the same umbrella.
See,
poly is
one of the guys said, one of our guests said poly is not lifestyle. He says it's separate. And so I'm gonna let him come on and explain. Look at it. You look at Style Freee is looking incredulously. He does not believe this. He's like, what you talking about, Willis over here? He just does not.
I'm about to
That's
get
ridiculous.
a pen and paper. I'm like,
that's crazy to say. It's a whole lifestyle. It has a whole name. The fact is, it has a name that's different from
I'm with
the other
Jay
name.
though.
Creates
I
a
never
separate
considered
lifestyle.
myself lifestyle either.
Then what do you call it? If it's not traditional, what do you call it? It's all under the same umbrella. It's like different. One umbrella is different parts of it, but if you're
Yeah,
having
it's
a
That's a
traditional
question, though.
Invited
and
me to a party.
non-traditional. Everything non-traditional is lifestyle.
Political party.
It's traditional and non-traditional. Everything non-traditional
That's
is
kind of where I
lifestyle.
was going, right? I was like, if it's vanilla and traditional, and then if you're not on that line, it's everything else is lifestyle. But
Everything else.
we'll talk to them. We've got
I'm excited.
a few people coming on. We got one guy. He's a poly guy, and he's like a travel. He does trips and stuff. Matter of fact, we're going down. I'm planning on going down to Colombia. He's doing a trip. So Memphis, I think it's time.
Ah,
I'm trying to leave my husband out. My husband now, he got a passport.
Style Free, you can roll too, bro. You know what?
Don't do that.
Maybe we'll make it a whole LS Confessions trip. You know what I'm saying? Well, we can't take over their trip, but a lot of us can go. It's fine. We'll figure it out. But so I said all that to say, we got him. We've got a lady coming on. She's like, I think she's part of a triad or a throuple or whatever, or they looking for their third or whatever. They've been like poly looking for the thing for a while. She's like a musical artist. She got, so it's going to be lit. It's got like a whole party we having next week. So we definitely going to have to turn up for that so we can get these questions answered on whether or not lifestyle and poly are together or separate. You know what I
I thought
mean?
you were going to call that woman a trick. I was like, Justin, that's against the law.
I don't think it is against the law.
Is tricking not prostitute?
today.
Is there a difference between tricking and prostituting? Is that the same thing? Is
It
tricking and
ain't tricking if
prostituting?
you got it.
The tricks pay the prostitute.
So is
It
it
ain't-
illegal to be a trick?
Well,
Is it
actually,
illegal to prostitute? Is it?
Technically it's supposed to
be
be
a trick
illegal.
to just give somebody light bill money.
yeah, without getting nothing.
buy
That's
you
really
some
what a trick
fast
is.
food.
Right, you're tricking. Right. Right.
I could just be like, damn, you fine, and give you a bag. Trick.
I like tricks. I like
Nah.
tricks.
Whenever I see
Yeah.
tricks, I call them out.
Exactly. Call them
Memphis.
out.
Quit hating, Memphis. Let that man be a trick in peace. Let that man be the trick in peace. Don't
Don't
do
you do
that.
that no more.
Call him out.
Set
Everywhere you see him, dog.
expectations.
Everywhere you see him, Memphis, point him out. Point him out.
Trick.
Trick over there. Trick.
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna take Keke example from last week. I'm gonna be like, she don't like you like that, cause the other dude
Just like that.
just got that
No,
phone
no.
call for nothing.
But Keke love the tricks.
Okay. So if you're a trick and you'd like some love, please be sure to inbox the real Keke Khalees. Yes, I'm saying she is here for it all day, every day, twice on Sunday. Yes.
Let them know. Thank you, Jay, so much.
Girl, I got you. I told you I'd be looking out for y'all. I take care of my people. All right. So in closing, tonight was not about shade, y'all. It was about clarity. I just need to get some stuff straight. Like, I was a little concerned that the way I've been seeing some people moving in these lifestyle parties and these lifestyle spaces is starting to look a little suspect. Maybe they're just in for the money and not in for the community and for the, you know what I'm saying, the beauty of the movement of it. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of times when things become commercial, they become tainted and they just become not as good as they were. It's kind of like when a restaurant goes franchise and the recipe just doesn't taste the
Good
same.
example.
So I hate to see that happen to the lifestyle. And I hate to see any of our great promoters or event producers get caught up in some BS. They could have avoided if they had simply worded things differently, approached it a little differently, or just had a little more sensitivity about someone else's level of safety, security, and consent. Flyers should set the vibe and not sell a lie. And if your party is really about connection, the culture will reflect that. But pleasure is power, and profit without purpose, you just gassing the community and we don't need you here. That's exploitation.
Get
So
the
next
fuck
time
out.
somebody invites you to a mandatory dress down, you ask yourself, am I getting naked for me or am I getting naked for them?
What if it's both of them?
If it's both of them,
You need to
do
go.
what you do, man.
You
Just
need
make
to pull
sure
up.
that whatever you're doing, real talk, is for you. And remember that you can always say no. There may be a consequence, but you'll survive it. But you can always, no is always in your power to say. So don't let anybody ever take your no. You know what I'm saying? All right.
It's the no with the consequence for me.
Well, I mean, it's going to be consequences.
You might get your
You know what
you
I'm
might get
saying?
your ass beat, but you
Brats.
can say no.
Brats get a little spanking. They can say no, but they
Slow
get
down.
the
I
spanking.
might
It
like
is
that,
what it
though.
is. You thought I didn't know? All right, so we're going to end tonight on that note. Listen, I want to appreciate my boy Memphis for being here again. I mean, he solid as a rock.
Incognito.
Yes. Style Free for being here, giving us that wisdom, that insight, that slow
Yes.
burn of just deepness. You know what I mean?
I
Your
love
girl
that
Delicious.
deepness.
I mean Delilah. We're gonna get it right tonight. Delilah
She is
for being in the
delicious.
building. She fit right in with the crew. We're blessed
She
to have you. Thank
does.
you, girl. And of course, the Queen K herself, the real Keke Khalees. Thank you, baby. You're a blessing to me. I don't know about nobody else, but me and you, we good.
Yes,
all right.
baby.
So on that note, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Y'all be sure to follow us, like, subscribe, share. As Memphis was saying, that's how the word get out, man. You got to tell somebody and then it spread. So do
Sharing
that.
is caring.
Yeah. Y'all know we made you laugh. We gave you some real talk. So we'll be here doing the same thing every week. Every time you check our page, our channel, it'll be that. We'll see you next time. And let's confess.
And we look good. And we taste good.
And we taste good.
And it smell good.
And we smell
baby.
good.
Just
and we
like that.
And we fuck
Love
good.
it.
Okay, we're going to need to